It's back.
The green train is running.
Bobby, sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong.
I was just getting into it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Fins Talk today on the Fins Talk Sports Network. That is the one and only Fish Tank Hank. I'm Bobby Fins Talk. We got so much to talk about. It was so funny, Fish Tank, that the topic for today's show, because we're getting the trade deadlines at the end of the month. I was like, hey, Hank, I want to talk about possible trades Miami could make. And what does the Miami Dolphins do before the show? They make a trade.
Bam!
They made a trade. So the intro's been shortened for a while, Rob. But anyway, Rob Mosley of DolphinsThirsty.com in the house, Finn Stanza, Posner, Ender, Aladino, everyone tuning in. Thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. And before we continue, let me go ahead and welcome Fish Tank Hank. Hank, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing fabulous. I'm munching a little bit right now. So that's okay that you took the intro a little longer. I love it. And, I don't have people up yet, and that's what I'm currently doing. And you caught me, is I'm bringing us up so I can see everybody in the chat.
That's all right. Hey, and we got Crazy Dolphin in the chat just on pop up. Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. Fins up. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, man. We got great content here in the channel. Crazy Dolphin in the chat just on pop up. Good afternoon.
Whoa, there he is.
Ain't that a beautiful voice that just popped up on that screen, guys? You hear that echo? That was a pretty nice voice. We got Ghost. Ghost is in the house. Welcome, Ghost. So look, I want to just let everybody know as everyone's building in. As you saw, if you follow the Fins Talk Sports Network Twitter page or the Fish Tank Hank, which is at Fins to Win or at Bobby Fins Talk, we have broken 1,000 subscribers on the channel. And to celebrate that, there will be two giveaways. We will pick two people at the end of the show. You got to stay watching. You got to be chatting. It would be great if you are a subscriber. And we're going to pick two people, and then we'll follow up after the show. So stick around. We'll see in the comments. And Hank, I guess you'll pick one, and then I'll pick one. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
You got it. Manny is in the house. Fins up, brother. Good to see you.
Fins up, everybody. Good
Hunter,
morning. Good
morning
afternoon.
from Las Vegas.
Good
Viva
evening.
Las Vegas. Yes, that's right. But before we go on, obviously I wanted to talk trades. We're going to touch on that. I'd love to get everybody else's opinion on possible trades Miami could make, if they think Miami should make a move. But the Dolphins made a trade. They traded for wide receiver Chase Claypool. Look, this is how I'm gonna to say this move. How my first initial opinion on it, because I know people say, "Oh, off the field, he's just a cancer to the locker room." Blah blah blah. First off, he's only 4 years in. He's a young guy. Okay, he's still under his rookie contract. He's in the final year of his rookie contract, but he's 6'4", 238. His best years were the first 2 years of his career in Pittsburgh, where he had, let me make sure I got this right, 62 receptions for 873 yards. This was his rookie year, Fish Tank. 873 for 9 touchdowns. The year after, 59 receptions, 860 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Then he got traded to Chicago, who's his quarterback? How's that organization run? We know how trash that organization is. Okay, we know what his issues is off the field. But 6'4", 238, still very young. He's growing. Put in a room with Tyreek Hill and Tua, Coach McDaniel. This is the way I'm going to label this move, Fish Tank. Low risk, very high reward. What do you think about trading for Chase Claypool?
Well, I think it's fabulous. I think it's great. I watched Chase Claypool. My friend in Oregon, Sergio, he's a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So him and I watched Claypool when he came out. And I was excited for him and his team because of Claypool when they picked him up. And now you have they gave up pretty much a first-round draft pick to get him. a year ago or so, right? That's what
The
Chicago gave
Bears,
up.
a couple years back. Yep.
Yeah. So you're sitting there looking. The guy's got talent. He's young. He makes a couple dumb mistakes here and there. Everybody, has made
He's a kid.
mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still young, but he can't be quitting on his team. That's one thing you can't do is quit on your team. And it sounded like he did that in Chicago. And I hope that's not a habitual thing where he does it in Miami also, because he'll have problems with Tyreek, McDrip, and everybody else if he doesn't come in and perform. On the positive side, like you said, there's so much upside to this. I mean, imagine this guy at his full strength, his full complement as our third wide receiver. He's unbelievable. He's unbelievable. He's a great player.
And I'll tell you, I understand. And yes, he is a Canadian, proud Canadian from Finstanza, bringing that up. Ray Finkel in the house. And I agree with Hunter. 6'4", 238. I mean, he offers that size that Miami is looking for. The reason why I'm not as concerned of what he could do to our locker room is because he's not our number 1 or our number 2 receiver. He's not even going to start as our number 3. He should be, but he's not. You got Chosen. You got Barrios. My wife will say Barrios. She loves to try to say that. Even
I always say Barrios.
Yeah, my wife's the one who confused me. I always said it that way too, and then started saying, no, it's Barrios or whatever she said. It just messed me up. But he's not going to be that number 1 guy or that number 2 guy. He's the 3rd and 4th guy, and he's behind some really good ones. So he gets to learn from those guys. He has a quarterback who knows how to get the guys the ball. He gets the best out of his weapons. He could put Chase Claypool in a position to win. And again, you're getting him on his rookie deal where no one wants him right now. Oh, there she is. Who no one wants him right now. People are questioning why we traded for him. Then imagine if he even has a decent to good year, you could probably re-sign him at a very discounted rate. And now you're going to have Jalen Waddle, who's a first-round pick, Tyreek Hill, who is maybe one of the best, if not the best wide receiver in football, with a former second-round pick, 6'4", 238, who hasn't even hit his stride as your third receiver. Stop stepping on the cat's tail, Ray. I think he's going to come in humble. He knows he's coming into a good. Yeah, that's what Hunter says. I think he'll come in humble. I think he's wide receiver 2 or 3, but he knows he's not wide receiver 1. I'm going to tell you what, humble, absolutely, because he knows he's coming into a possibly winning situation. He's coming in on a team that's on the up, not a team that's going like this or even just straight up down like the Bears. The Bears, we all know. Look what they're doing to Justin Fields. They don't even know what the hell they're doing over there. They're coming to a team that's on the up. And yes, I want to touch on it, even though we're past it. We know what happened last week against the Bills. We're all disappointed what happened with the Bills. But at the same time, you know what? The Dolphins came off a big high, 70 points, never done before in 60 plus or whatever. So 66. All right. And they were going to crash. It's what it happens. You're on a big high and you come down. Miami did. Miami got humbled. The fans got humbled. We needed that. Now we're going against a team that's really good for Chase Claypool. You're coming off a team that Miami should win any given Sunday, right? But still, you're going against a Giants team that you should beat and with a Dolphins team that got humbled. Dolphins want to show, no, we're supposed to be here. So if they could get the job done against the Giants, against the Panthers, then they got another measuring stick game against the Eagles. So let me ask you this, Fish Tank.
Well, let me say this about Chase
Go ahead.
Claypool real quick before you continue on there, not to stop you.
No, you're good.
My area of concern for Chase Claypool is not so much his attitude, because we have the right people in-house to help him with that, especially the head coach. He takes the right approach with players to start with, and that's what Chase Claypool needs, is a coach that's going to take the right direction with him to make him successful. You know what I mean? And I think that's where some of his frustration came from, was he wanted to be successful, but he was on a team that wasn't going anywhere. And you've seen that many, many times from many players where they get tired of that. However, excuse me.
You're good.
I got something stuck there. He may not do well very quick in Miami. And that's what people might not be patient with. And that's learning the scheme and everything else. Because if Tyreek Hill had troubles with it last year, and the rest of the folks were a bit confused, he'll be used. But I think he'll be used like Debo is what he'll be used, like running in the backfield and getting pitched the ball. Maybe taking on a few routes when he's down by the red zone and things like that, or when you need that big body, but I don't think that his role will be the complete tree. I don't think it will be that, not right off the bat. I mean, it's going to take him a little while to learn what the heck's going on, according to what the players were saying last year. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that's my only concern with him. I mean, we swapped a 6 for a 7. Big deal. That's like nothing. And people that were worried about the $2 million, that's still nothing again, especially if he pans out as our number 3. That's unbelievable. The amount of talent there, the possibility with this young man. But once again, he's got to come in with the right attitude, and I think he's gonna. I think he knows what's possible here in Miami, and I'm sure he'll want to be a big part of that.
Absolutely. And you so many great points there, Fish Tank. And I want to touch on, because I think it's something that you were just saying about, and you're absolutely right. People are going to want him to contribute right away, but you have to understand he's coming into a new situation, a different offense. It's going to take time for him to come in and to adjust. Evan Finstanza, host of the Bandwagon, says, the only concern is learning the offense, which is crazy difficult. My only pushback on that is that McDaniel himself has said, first of all, is that you don't force the player to – you don't mold the player around the offense. You mold the offense around the player. I don't think that he's going to – that McDaniel's going to put Claypool in a situation to fail. He's going to put – especially now – it's if he resigns next year, you might see some different adjustments in place for him that will help. But they're going to simplify it for him. Hey, in the red zone, jump up and catch it. Hey, short routes here, there, and there. They're not going to do that. They know Tyreek. They got Waddle. They got these other guys to do that. They know the offense. Claypool's just coming in. I'm not worried about that. And anybody who's expectations for him to do some big impact moves right away or be an impact player, that's not fair to him. Let him grow in this offense. We'll see maybe a couple plays this season. And if you get him on the discount, then expect big things from him next season as he goes into his second year in this offense. Manny says, not just a bad Giants team, but a litany of injuries to their team and specifically their offensive line. Absolutely. It's a team the Dolphins should beat. We do understand that it's any given Sunday, and Miami cannot overlook any team. No team should overlook any team, no matter how good you are. But that reason alone as well, Manny, bearded fanatic, host of the Battered Fins fans and Battered Network. You're absolutely right. Hunter, I'm surprised Tyreek hasn't been used like Debo. Well, you don't want to put him at risk of that, but also same time, Hunter, I've seen Tyreek lined up at running back and do a few running plays. So I don't think they're going to go completely Debo, but they have. But Eazy-E has been playing that role as well. All right, Fish Tank, let's touch on – I don't want to go deep into the Buffalo game, but I do want to ask you this. And I'm asking specifically for you because we all were and are high on the Dolphins this season with everything that's going on. Yep. But you were there. No, you were watching that game with us. You were watching from your home. And after you saw, because we all expected Miami to win that game before that game. But Miami got humbled. It is what it is. It happens. Miami came off a huge high, got knocked down low. Let me just ask you this simple question. If you want to add anything to it, go for it. Did that game, we believe Dolphins are contenders, but do you think this team is still a contender after what happened in Buffalo?
Um, if Miami gets its defense straight these next 2 games, yes. If they don't change this defense right now, what they're doing on defense, which I can't see Vic Fangio just letting this defense stay flat like that, especially against the run. You know what I mean? That was supposed to be one of our strengths, and we got ran all over every game that we've played so far this year.
Yeah.
So, when is change going to happen? Wilkins, everybody wants Wilkins on the team. Well, he's not stopping the run. Neither is Zach Sealer. They're not stopping the run. That's what they're there for, and it's not happening. So, it's tough. It's tough. You want to see your team succeed, but I still think that they're big time contenders. And I said at the beginning of the year that I didn't think they were going to be able to beat the Eagles, and I still feel that way at this point in time. But I still also feel that we have an opportunity to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. And people don't understand that, but it's just a simple matter of I think our defense will be better at that time. And I also think that, their defense isn't going to be as good as our defense. And that's what's going to open up that game as far as the Chiefs go. However, you look at the Eagles, they have a high power offense with the defense. So that's when Miami usually struggles, is when they go against a complete team, because Miami's not putting a complete game on the field. We're either high power offense or high power defense. We're never putting a complete package on the field. And that needs to change. We got a 70 burger because we were going against a crap team, in my opinion. So, like you say, any given Sunday, and that's what happened. Miami had their Sunday that Sunday, and they broke records and did all kinds of stuff, and it was fun. It was like a video game for a while. But at the same time, doing that didn't win us a championship. You know what I mean? We need to be steady and stay on course at this point in time. And I expected a lot of good things from the Miami Dolphins. He's sleeping.
So let me ask you this, because it is the following up question, which is great that you brought up the defense. We have the Giants. We have the Panthers. Would a strong game against the Giants and or Panthers ease your concerns on this defense, or would you have to see it against the Eagles to say, you know what, now I'm feeling better about the defense?
I would have to see Miami at least contain the Eagles to 21 points for me to be happy.
Gotcha. Okay.
Does that kind of sum it up?
Yeah, absolutely. No, because if we want them to have a good game against the Giants. Absolutely. Defense have a strong game, but you're doing it against the Giants. You do it against Carolina, which probably has a little bit of a better offense right now than than the Giants. But You have to do it against an elite offense with an MVP candidate quarterback with the Eagles. If you could hold them down to 20, like you said, then I can understand. It's like, hey, now I could see the progression of this defense. So I get it. Let me go ahead and read these comments out. Steve Malloy, host of Real Talk Fins Talk. Ray Finkel. Evan says season is over.
We got any ladies in the house today? Any women out there that are tuned in right now?
Doesn't look like it, unless they haven't commented. But Evan says season is over. I'm bringing all my gear to Hard Rock, and we can have a bonfire. Crazy Dolphin is absolutely right. Defense has to prepare and study each opponent's and adjust during the game if necessary. Steve Malloy, Fangio's defense bends but doesn't break until it does. Hunter, the test is the Eagles. If we lose to the Giants and Panthers, that will be a problem. Absolutely.
Yeah, totally agree.
By next Monday, Bobby will be gray. Or he will have as much hair as me and Hay. But as we go on here, let's talk about this season. There's a lot to love about the Dolphins in regards of talent on the roster. Individual talent, you think of Tyreek, Jalen, Devon Achin, Tua, Andrew Van Ginkel. You go, Jalen Ramsey, who hasn't played yet, Xavier Howard, Javon Holland, Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips. You think of those guys, individual talent, pretty, we're pretty set. Christian Wilkins is another one who we don't know how far that's going to go, but there are still some moves that need to be made that could help this Miami team, not just closer to the finish line, but probably put them over. Obviously, Miami can't get everything done overnight. Things are going to have to wait till the offseason, draft, free agency, etc. But there are some moves that could be made. You would think Dolphins trading for a wide receiver. They have all the wide receivers. Miami got one. So anything's really on the table, Fish Tank, in my opinion. No, I'm not losing any hair, trust me, or going gray. I'm pretty even keel. That would be Evan. If he has any hair left, he'll lose that all. Any rumored trades? Nothing. No, I haven't seen anything yet. Maybe anybody could, maybe Manny or Rob or Evan could follow up on any rumored trades for the Dolphins. I don't think anybody had Chase Claypool to the Dolphins. The trades I'm going to touch on are trades that I think Miami should look at. Our friend Jason Sarney, he says that the Dolphins should go after possibly a middle linebacker. I know Brett Lagasse, co-host of the FUBAR show, he said that Devin White of the Buccaneers, a linebacker, is a player he'd like to see Miami trade for. Fish Tank, let me just ask you this. Not player names, but positions. Can you give me 2 or 3 positions you think Miami should be looking at the trade deadline if you had a choice?
I think they need to look at shoring up quite a few things right now. I'm sitting there trying to give you 1 or 2, and I'm like, man, there's another. Well, that's another that we could do. How about that one? Offensive line comes first.
Absolutely.
For me, and the defensive line. Because the battle starts in the trenches.
100%.
And right now, the defensive line is not getting it done. Now, I don't blame the edge rushers. Everybody's getting after the edge rushers. It's not the edge rushers. It's up the middle. It's when you can run the ball wherever you want, you're going to have all those plays happening to you. And until we stop it up the middle, which we're not, and we needed somebody that can push out in the center, not just stop things in the center. We need to push it in the center. Somebody had mentioned on here, Evan says kicker. But no, defensive line is my answer to your question. And, if you're not going to play our players that might possibly be better than the ones you have on the field, Cam Smith or players like that, maybe you need a little help in that area too then. Maybe there's something going on that we don't know.
So, again, I love the idea of offensive line, the center position. Maybe someone who could help back up Connor Williams if he doesn't come in, because Eichenberg is just a scary thought to continue.
Yeah, it's not working.
Linebackers, another one. Now, the players that I'm looking at that I brought up on this list, Fish Tank, are players not rumored that the Dolphins are targeting, but players that are rumored to be available via trade. Okay, their contract situations. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play it out. I'll just list them out, and then we could touch on them right after. Okay, kicker. Right. I think Evans is having a special teams coach, Channing Tindall. Let me just make sure I don't miss anything here. Akeem Hicks, I think, is a free agent. I don't think he's a trade. But good point. Steve Malloy, linebacker and D tackle.
Crazy Dolphin, another good one. Channing Tindall, where's he at?
Exactly. Where
are these players at that we have?
So let us go ahead, and I'm gonna probably not go description by description, but just look. I have this little video thing that I'm gonna try to do.
Yeah,
here.
You want to see my kitty cat? He's sleeping.
Yeah, he calmed down after Fish Tank grabbed him. He needed just some love. They got those cheetah spots. All right,
Very
so
good. It's a little cheetah. See that?
Remember, Steve, yes, Cam Smith can't get on the field. Remember, it takes about 3 to 4 years for some of these players to get on there for some reason, but that's another conversation for another day, my friend. All right, so these are 5 players Again, 5 players I believe Miami should look into. All right. And, again, some might cost more than others. Some might cost less than others because of their situation. But I think, again, because there's rumored to be available, I think Miami should at least take a look. And I don't think any player is off the table because Chris Grier has shown that he's willing to go after big names like Bradley Chubb, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Ramsey. That if guys are available and he thinks they can make an impact to this team, offensive line, defense, these guys could be on the table. These are my opinions. Strictly alone. Put your comments below. Again, think of your positions, think of your players. How would you feel about these guys? Some, more than likely than others. But here we go. Ready? All right. Offensive line. Terran Armstead is out. He's on IR for 4 weeks. We need maybe a left tackle or right tackle. Garrett Ball's offensive tackle, the Broncos. I put that guy on there. Number 2. Defensive line, Danielle Hunter, edge rusher from the Vikings. One of the leading pass rushers in the NFL available. I think Dolphins should consider him. Number 3, another edge rusher, Chase Young. You say, what about edge rushers? What about wide receivers? Another former first-round pick. Number 4, defensive back, Kareem Jackson of the Broncos. And finally, this would be a dream come true, but we're talking defensive line. Who better? Chris Jones of the Kansas City Chiefs. Those just 5 players I believe the Dolphins should explore before the deadline. Call, find out prices, possibly make a move. Fish Tank, any of those top 5 players grab your eye?
Yeah. The offensive tackle, I like that. That was my favorite of those, and the safety.
Yeah, safety. Yeah, the safety defensive back, that's huge. Brandon Jones situation, Deshaun Elliott did not play. Ray Finkel, well done. We'll take all of them. Absolutely. In a perfect world, we'll get them all. But these are all guys that, Chris Jones did sign a 1-year deal for this year because they're trying to work out a contract situation. Miami actually has history with trading with the Chiefs. If they don't get what he wants, do they consider making a move? I think Miami should make a call in before the deadline. Miami needs defensive line help. What's going on with Christian Wilkins? I would absolutely pound the table for a player like Chris Jones of the Chiefs. He's not only a stud defensive tackle, but just a stud defensive player. Garrett Bowles, Broncos. Look, here's the issue right now. We know right now he's not happy in Denver. He's saying he wants to be a winner. He's sick of losing. Miami's trending up. Terran Armstead, an elite tackle at his position, higher rated than Garrett Bowles when healthy. Terran Armstead struggles to stay healthy, Fish Tank. You and I know this. We touched on this when we signed him. This year, he's out. Now he's out for 4 more games. He already missed a couple, missed 2. Now he's out for 4 more. It could be more than that, but minimum 4 games because he's on the IR. Right now, Garrett Bowles' Pro Football Focus grade is 74.4. Not bad. You put him at left tackle. He covers for Armstead. And if not, you move him to right tackle and put Austin Jackson at left guard. You move and shuffle around. I would love that move.
That would be – that's why I said I like that one.
Now, the edge rushers. Danielle Hunter. He's a guy who is available. They're rumored to be moving him. But I look at his number, 6'5", 263. Was up for Defensive Player of the Year twice. Went to the Pro Bowl 3 times. This season alone, he's 5 sacks. But last year, 10 sacks. And in 2018 and 19, 2 years in a row, 14.5 sacks. That dude is an impact player. People worry about getting to the quarterback. You don't have to worry with that guy. Danielle Hunter of the Vikings.
Yeah.
What I like about Chase Young, Fish Tank, is that, again, he hasn't really hit his stride. You might get him for less. Okay. But he's young. He's only 4 years in. You talk about Chase Claypool. He's the kind of, not off the field, but in regards of not hitting his prime yet. He's young enough that if you put him on his team, maybe you can start growing him from. He's only 4 years in. He could grow into be that guy because he was highly rated coming out of college. So those are my top 5 picks. Again, that's just my opinion. I mean, Dolphins could go anywhere, but those are 5 trades.
How you're going to get them is a whole other story.
That's the thing. Somebody like Ray Finkel, what do we have to give up for a trade? Look, for a player like Chris Jones, probably a big penny. That dude. I mean, defensive player of the year, 2 Pro Bowls. I mean, let me just try to bring this up. And that dude does everything and anything. Last year, Fish Tank. Imagine if we had this on our defense. You ready? 15.5 sacks, Chris Jones. 9 sacks a year. That dude is a stud. There you go, Crazy. I watched Chase Young Thursday night, and he's playing well. Awesome. So those are guys that I would look at. I don't think he would be as much, maybe a 3rd-round pick. I'm talking about Chase Young. But Chris Jones, that would cost a lot. Danielle Hunter, probably a 2nd-round pick, you would think. That dude's still in his prime. He's a young fire guy. I would say Garrett Bowles, probably a 3rd-round pick, Fish Tank. That's just my opinion. Obviously, we don't know, but those are the 5 guys that I'm looking at. Yeah. Position-wise, do you think that's good? You said offensive, defensive line.
Definitely. You addressed both.
There you go.
You addressed both the areas that I was talking about.
All right, my friend. So we're at the 32-minute mark. So I keep
trying to put the cat down. He won't let me.
So let's talk about the Giants a little bit, and then we'll get into our subscriber giveaway.
All right.
So they play the Giants tomorrow. What are your 3 keys to secure a Dolphins victory, my friend?
Okay. The first thing the Dolphins have to do is improve their coaching on defense. They need to adapt and make changes on defense. And Vic Fangio needs to start being that coach that we all think he should be at this point in time against the Giants. I think that's key number 1 is defensive coaching. Key number 2 is you got to stop the run. We haven't stopped the run all year. You got to stop the run. It's getting ugly already. Stop the run. I'm not worried about a lot of the Giants team, to be honest with you, because they're so decimated. And, there's going to be so many keys to this victory. It's not even funny. But we'll just say get some takeaways. Get some takeaways. We haven't had any takeaways and not a good, decent amount of takeaways in a game. We need like 2 or 3.
Gotcha. I think Jared Bedney, thank you for tuning in. Get sacks. Don't let Danny J sit back there, make him uncomfortable. That's actually my first one. Contain Daniel Jones. He's a poor man's version, maybe a very poor, but a poor man's version of Josh Allen. I don't hate on Daniel Jones, but he's a poor man's version of Josh Allen. Do not let him impersonate Josh Allen. Contain him, make him uncomfortable, force him to make those mistakes that Fish Tank is asking for. Get back to a balanced offense. I expect Raheem Mostert, or I would say this, Raheem Mostert or Devon Achane with Raheem Mostert have a big game. Yeah. Get those guys going, okay? You get back to that, McDaniel admitted himself. He said, we got away from the run way too fast. Get back to that double-edged sword of Miami. You got it through the air and on the ground. That's the Miami's key to victory. It's in their fight song. In the air and on the ground, and you're always in control. Control the game by running the football and then passing it. And number 3, get back to your scoring ways. Get back being comfortable scoring. Open up your offense. Don't play scared. And McDaniel, adjust. That goes for Fangio as well. Try to get a good game. People are questioning your defense and questioning you as a defensive coach right now. Maybe you pass your prime. Have yourself a good game. Those are my 3 keys. Fish Tank, my friend, know you're a little under the weather. If you just pull your hat to the side there, let's get our predictions going here. who wins this game and what's the score?
You know, I don't like to badmouth other teams, and I'm trying not to badmouth the Giants, to be totally honest with you. And I don't want to disrespect another NFL team, but this could be another Broncos game.
Ooh.
I don't think they're going to score that much, but I'm talking like as far as the Giants not really able. They've been inept in everything that they've been doing. So I don't think Dable's going to let that continue to happen, however. So I see them, because Miami hasn't proved to me they can stop the run yet. I still think it's going to be a higher scoring game for Miami, 35 points for Miami, 21 points for the Giants.
What was that Giants score? I'm so sorry.
21.
21. Okay, 35-21. Miami over the Giants. Scotty has it 38-17, 35-10 for Crazy Dolphin, 45-13 for Hunter. We are riding that Finch train. I am with the fish tank, Hank. I have the Dolphins beating the Giants 38-17 tomorrow. Dolphins win. Dolphins get a solid win here, and the defense has a solid game. Yes, one of the keys, Evan's right. Michael Vogel will be at the game tomorrow, one of our colleagues at the Fins Talk Sports Network. And then Carolina, the week after, Fins Talk Sports Network will be representing at the game. I am super excited. We got Fin Stanza, Positive Fish Tank, Hank, Bobby Fins Talk. We're going to do a live on location, whether that's at the Dolphins Hotel or wherever. Fish Tank and I will have a Fins Talk today live, sitting together again. Second time we were able to do it. I am super excited to be with my brother.
With Fin Stanza with us,
Fin
right?
Stanza's going to be there. Yes.
That's
Yep,
right.
He'll be my ride, so to continue. So, yeah, he'll be there.
Are we doing a pregame?
We're going to do a pregame live from the stadium. The morning of the game, we'll be live at the stadium. We'll do a nice little setup, have the stadium behind us. I'm thinking, we're going to have that out. Rob Mosley was going to be there to the Carolina game. Mike Brown, Mike the Hebrew Hammer Brown, and his dad are flying down from Texas. So
awesome.
So we got a lot. We're going to be, man, I am so excited for next week to be not only with my Fins Talk family, but to get to see our beloved Miami Dolphins. I want to really, once everybody's there, and I'm saying Rob and Hank, I know Hank loves to party right after, but I'd love to get everybody maybe at the Dolphins team store, take a nice picture, the whole team, and then we'll go off and do whatever we're doing afterwards. But it's going to be great. We are going to meet in person, Rob. You got to meet in person. I'm going to find you.
Yeah, we got it this time, Rob. What's going on?
Even if it's just for
going down there.
Yeah, just for 5 minutes, Rob. Give us 5 minutes of your time. Just give us one picture, and then we're done. Go, you can get going. But guys,
yeah, Bobby's like that too, though. Bobby gets going. Oh, I gotta go here. I gotta go do this. Bobby, you get busy too.
I do. Trust me, I have to actually make a schedule about exactly what's going to go on while I'm in Florida. But that's cool. I'm excited. We got a lot of cool stuff going on. I'm so excited to see Fish Tank, to see Evan, Rob, Mike Brown, the whole crew, Miss Fins, obviously, hopefully Manny. I'm sure I'll bump
that's going to be at Bow Campers, right?
Bow Campers on Saturday. Yes, I'm looking forward to that. We're just gonna have a blast to do pregame. I want to do pregame from the stadium, maybe right by the car. Not too many people, maybe with the stadium in the back. We won't be long, 30-40 minutes, just talking about the game. That will be at Carolina for the Carolina Panthers game, but we'll figure it all out. But guys, Fish Tank, any closing words? Oh well, no, we're not done. We got one more thing here.
Wait, we're not done.
We got one more.
Hold on a minute.
Wait a second.
Hold on
and
I asked earlier, and I got no responses. Are there any ladies in the crowd tonight?
Are there any ladies in the crowd? That's a Dolphins update. Really, it's just an update for Fins Talk today because we're at that time since we broke 1,000 subscribers a few weeks back. So we're doing a 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and we're not giving just one. We're doing two and doing two hats. And so we're going to look through the comments. And if you are here, say here. Don't miss out. And East 10th Street boys live on location as well as Monday night. in Hialeah. But so let's take a look. Fish Tank. We got Hunter, Ralph, Fiel, Jared, Crazy Dolphin. If you guys are still here, put in there and say, oh, there you go. Here. There you go. Let us know you're here because we're going to do the giveaway right now. I'm going to let Fish Tank make the first pick, and we can wait a few minutes here. Oh, go ahead, Fish Tank. Roll.
My sister is a girl. All right. My first pick is the first person that was here today, which is Ender. So, Ender, you get a hat from me to you for being one of our big supporters. So, I got Ender.
All right. Let's take a look. Let's do it like this. Let's see. I am gonna have some fun with this.
I usually like to just spin it and stop my finger on it, but
yeah,
I decided to go because I got to go first. I kind of cherry picked.
That's cool. I'm gonna do what you just said. I'm gonna spin it. Raphael. Guys always tune in. Hunter. We got Ray Finkel. Who else do we have? Fish Tank. Crazy Dolphin.
Well, you got to pick somebody.
I do, and I'm that's what I'm doing. Aladino. Hammer Time.
No, we can't pick that many. Just one.
Hank, I'm putting their names in a list, and I'm going to do a random drawing right now. So I'm saying their names, Fish Tank. And let me go ahead and make sure I got it. Daniel. There we go. All right.
I was like, we don't have that many hats, Bobby.
We don't have that many. All right. Here we go. And the winner for the second hat is Hunter. Hunter gets the second hat, the giveaway. Congratulations to Ender and Hunter for the 2-hat giveaway. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This won't be the last time, but congratulations to everyone. And make sure here. So Hunter and Ender, if you got a Twitter, reach out to us and we will get you guys going on your way. Congratulations.
Hit me on a DM.
You find Fish Tank Hank at Fins to Win. Fins to Win. I'm Bobby Finstock. Not rigged. It's not rigged. It's not the last time. Don't. There's a lady in the chat room.
I asked if there was a lady in the chat room.
Hunter is a woman. You guys. All right, everyone. Fish Tank, any closing words for today before we wrap it up?
No. I think this is going to be a comeback game for Miami. I think we're going to get the defense back where it needs to be. I'm still concerned. That's why I gave the Giants 21 points, folks. Most people aren't doing that, but until we stop the run, people are going to continue to score on us.
Absolutely. And Crazy Dolphin, Tatiana's the wife. So she already has a prize in me. That's her giggling in the back. Hunter, I do. What's my Instagram, Tot?
Bobby Finstock.
At Bobby Finstock as well. And guys, Bobby M at Finstock Network is my email. So Ender, you know where to find me. Write me and I will me and Hank will
get me the address and all that and get that to me, Bobby, and then I'll get the hats out.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. No, you're good, Crazy Dolphin, man. I appreciate you watching. Aladino, happy birthday, 55 years old, my friend. Fins up to you. God bless. Congratulations. 55 years. Happy birthday, Aladino. Make sure I'm not missing anybody here. Eric in the house. Good to see you. Yes, we need this win. Absolutely. Absolutely. We got to get it. We will get it. The Dolphins will win tomorrow. Me and Hank have it over 30 plus points, over 35 points. Hank has a 35. I got a 38. We're excited. We got it, Fish Tank and I, and then we will be together next episode for Finstock today.
Yeah,
We're excited about
Friday.
that. We'll be live.
Friday.
All right, guys. Thank you all so much. Like, subscribe, and most importantly,
Fins
fins
up.
up.